With the new backstroke wedge, I think obviously over time it's important to trial and error different positions, and but with the same aim, and that is to generate velocity, horizontal velocity through the air back. And I think the biggest mistake made initially with the wedge is that when we've been practicing with it, particularly with Ash Delaney, is that there's a tendency to want to push down on the wedge and try to stand up on it. So you're putting yourself a little bit higher, and that I don't believe is really the aim of this, or to get the full advantage. So just to go through a few things, effectively you're getting the balls of your feet right on the wedge. You want to make sure the wedge is just on the surface. We're using a towel here behind it, as you can see, just to replace the touchpad, so it's got a bit of purchase against that. But really it's getting the balls on of your feet there, so that you can brace and drive back and get more of a backward momentum. But really key to that will be the hands releasing quicker. So by having good purchase on the wedge with your feet, as you go backwards, you can let go with your hands and create a more straight line drive. So we've got two views here. Obviously the view on this side is from above, and then the view on this side is from the side. So as we frame forward, we'll just move it forward and get to where Ash starts his momentum going backwards. Okay, there he goes there, and you'll see obviously he's throwing his head back, which I think you can probably think about trying to keep that movement going back together rather than the head then the back. But he's able to let go of the blocks early, so you can see on this here and obviously here he's letting go of the blocks, but he's got a really good purchase with his feet on the wedge to establish that drive backwards, so we can see there. So really now it's a matter of pushing, throwing those hands around and pushing back and getting a backwards dive in line. So as we move forward, his hands have released and he's traveling, taking those hands back to get into streamline position. You can see him pulling the hands through. If you look from the top, he's pulling his hands through, which I like, rather than going up and over. I'd rather than bring them straight back through. Pulling those hands through and then getting that extension with his toes, as we can see here, pushing back with the toes. So we can see here he's extending his toes out, and you can see obviously there that there's extension. And from that point you're actually carrying the body away from the block in a line. So away. So what we'll do is we'll just watch it in slow motion and just see that drive pushing back and away. Now again, as I said, the most important thing about using the wedge, in my opinion, is that you're using it to create purchase on the wall and to ensure that you're moving, pushing in that line away, not going standing on it and trying to get some big height. We want to get horizontal velocity going back towards the other end of the pool as quickly as possible and keep that pressure there.